Namaste, dear devotees. Welcome to today's discourse, dated March 25th. Shri Brahmachaitanya Maharaj imparts a profound teaching. Live worldly life solely as a matter of duty. Many of us approach life with expectations of lasting happiness from relationships, possessions, and achievements, yet we remain unfulfilled. Maharaj explains that true contentment cannot come from worldly pursuits, but from devotion to God. Let us explore how detachment and duty can lead us to divine peace. A confirmed smoker once fell ill and went to a doctor. "I will faithfully follow your prescription," he said, "on condition that I will not be asked to give up smoking." The doctor was very tactful. He agreed, but prescribed that a certain pill should be held in the mouth when smoking. The pill counteracted the harmful effects of tobacco. We can similarly counteract the baneful effects of worldly life if we banish from the mind the notion that this kind of life will give us true happiness. Thereby, our attachment to it will gradually diminish, and we shall continue with worldly life, but purely as a matter of duty. Persons leading a worldly life have a peculiar nature. They dislike being told the truth. As a matter of fact, people happen to meet each other in life as a family or friends and foes, simply coming together for a limited time and purpose, like co-passengers in a railway train. A family is made up of a number of persons. Each of them has a self which he wants to please. How then can any single one of them obtain happiness according to his own ideas? Go about your life with the firm conviction that true contentment is with God alone. In business, the motive is to earn profit. If there is no profit, the business is not worthwhile. Contentment is the profit we seek from worldly life. If this profit is not obtained, where is the sense in devoting oneself to such life? If asked to pinpoint the cause of his lack of contentment, no one will be able to do so. This means, conversely, that contentment really does not depend on any external cause or condition. And yet, we find that we are not happy with what we have. On the other hand, even if we get what we want, we do not realize happiness. Everyone knows fully well, from his own experience, that worldly life cannot yield contentment and joy, and yet people do not behave as they ought to, city dwellers out of pride, village folk out of ignorance. We must consider how we can obtain divine love and contentment while still participating in worldly life. Love for the body will automatically shrink, and so, as a consequence, will love for all that is related to it, if we live in the divine name. Swami Sivananda, the great saint and spiritual teacher, often spoke about performing one's worldly duties with detachment while remaining devoted to God. One day, a disciple approached him and said, "Maharaj, I wish to renounce the world and live as a monk. My family responsibilities are burdensome, and I do not find happiness in them." Swami Sivananda smiled and replied, "Who told you that renouncing the world is the only way to attain peace? It is not the external world that binds you. It is your attachment to it. You can live in the world and still be free." He narrated the example of a lotus flower. It grows in the water, but remains untouched by it. Similarly, a person should perform all duties in life without attachment, as a service to God. He advised the disciple to chant God's name while doing his daily work, to serve his family selflessly, and to surrender all actions to God. After following Swami Sivananda's advice, the disciple found a deep sense of peace, even while fulfilling worldly responsibilities. He realized that true renunciation is not about escaping life, but about surrendering one's ego and desires to God. This aligns perfectly with Maharaj's teaching. We must not seek happiness in worldly life, but perform our duties with devotion, knowing that true joy resides in God alone. Shri Brahmachaitanya Maharaj teaches us that living a worldly life with attachment leads to suffering, but performing duties as service to God leads to peace. Like the lotus that remains untouched by water, we too must live in the world without being entangled by it. Let us deeply reflect. Are we seeking happiness from fleeting worldly pleasures, or are we surrendering our actions to God? By embracing detachment in duty, constant remembrance of the divine name and selfless service, we can attain true inner contentment. May we all live our worldly life solely as a matter of duty, while keeping our hearts devoted to God. Jai Shri Ram.